Hello everyone, Vittorio from Botsociety here, bringing you yet another tutorial. So today we're gonna see how to design Facebook Messenger web views using Figma and Botsociety. Now, today I'm gonna be using Figma as my tool to design graphical user interfaces, but you can use the same things, the same steps that I'm gonna take in this tutorial and use another tool like Sketch, or you could even use something like Photoshop if you really wanted to. As long as the tool that you're using creates an image, then you'll be able to follow the same steps. And so we're gonna see how to design those web views, how to preview them in Botsociety, and how to export everything as a nice video that you can share with your team, your customers, your boss, your friends, what you want. So let's get started. First things first, sign up on Botsociety if you didn't do that already. It's free to start designing. And I already done that. So now I'm on my new design screen. And since today we're going to take a look at something about Facebook Messenger, I'm going to click here, select Messenger, and then I'm going to click on Start Designing. So we're going to be brought now to my canvas. And if it's your first time using Botsociety, I'm going to mention a couple of things, but check out the other tutorials that are not specifically only about Facebook Messenger, but are more general, so that you can get used in using Botsociety. But just so you know, you can move around by scrolling. You can hold spacebar and drag and drop also. And then you can press Command and scroll to zoom out, or you can use those icons. Alrighty, so those are the basics. Let's start. So how do I add a message with a web view? Where I just click on Bot Says here, and you see that here on top I have this drop down that says simple text. I can click on it and change my message type. So I'm going to do that, and now you see that here I have an item that says web view. So I'm going to select that, and now I have two images. So the first image is mandatory, the second one is optional. I'm going to give you more information about that later. But let's start creating my web view image that I then want to upload. So I'm going to use this design file on Botsociety, and you're going to find the link in the description so you can create a copy and take a look at it and see how I've done things. I'm also be using a Figma file. You also will find the link in the description, and so you can take a look at that. I'm going to switch to the Figma file now in my browser. Okay, and this is a library that the Botsociety team created that you can also use, and basically it gives you the sizes, the right sizes for the different Facebook Messenger web views, so that you can design it with the right size, because Facebook Messenger offers three types of web view size: compact, tall, and full. And so you want to design your UI so that it fits there. Before I move along, I kind of jumped into it, but why should you use a Messenger web view? Well, it's a feature that allows you to embed a small website inside Facebook Messenger, and so it's useful when you want to switch from your chatbot interaction to a graphical user interaction for a short amount of time and then go back to the conversation. And so you may want to show like forms or password fields or stuff that the user may not want, or it doesn't make sense to ask them in a chat interface. Okay, so switching back to Figma, I'm gonna take a look at this library file. Now, I will start with a compact web view. What is the difference between those? Just the size of the window that opens on top of your chat. So I'm gonna want to start with a compact one, and before I start designing that, I'll design in Botsociety the conversation to get to the point where I need the web view. So in this example, I want the user to provide his email address, and I want to use a web view for that. So I'm just gonna design a very quick conversation that leads to me asking for the user. I need help with my order. If you're not sure about how to use Botsociety, again, like check out the links in the description. Sure. Help with your order. Now I want to add a quick reply. So I'm going to click on simple text and switch to quick reply here. It's going to be yes and no. What happens if the user doesn't know the order number? I'll design it later. So I'm going to click add. Now here it's going to ask me which scenario I'm designing. I'm designing happy and unhappy path, where yes is the main interaction and unhappy path is, okay, what happens if the user doesn't know? I'll do that later. So I'll click this, I'll position the new path here. I'm going to close this up as well. Okay, so now the integration, the conversation is proceeding this way. I'm going to say, okay, input it in the next screen. Okay, and now I want to open the web view. So let's design this web view. I'm gonna go to my library here, and I'm gonna go in the main. So this is Figma, for you to know that. It also works in the browser. Again, this tutorial would be the same if I were using Sketch or other tools like that, Photopea if you want. Anyway, I'm gonna create a new design. The reason why I want to create a new design is that this is a library that is shared with me. You'll find the link in the description, as I was saying before. But I don't want to edit this. I want to create a new file. Also, I don't have edit access, so even if I want to, I can't. All right, so this is a new design. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a frame. So I'm going to click here, frame. And now I'm going to set the frame up so that the size is precisely what I need. So we said that I want web view compact, so I need a 336 by 193. All right, that's the size that I need. This is the real life size. I'm gonna zoom a little bit to design it. So this is gonna be a very ugly interface. I just want the user to be able to have an input screen and put something in it. So I'm gonna design it. Bear with me a little bit. All right, as I said, this was gonna be ugly. I expect you, of course, where you're not in the rush of shooting a tutorial video, that you will give some love to this interface. You can, of course, again, design it with however you want. This is gonna be then developed as a website that you can then embed in your web view. So this is how it looks. It's really, really ugly. Maybe let me add just another couple of things. It's not like it's less ugly, but at least it has the elements that we need. So the input and the continue button. So I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna stop here. But of course, you know, more love is usually needed. Okay, so now I'm gonna download this on my computer. So I'm gonna click export here and export frame. If you're on Sketch, it's basically the same thing. You need to export this as a PNG to your computer. You can also use JPEG if you want. Just don't use SVG, which freaks Botsociety out a little bit. Okay, so I created PNG. I'm gonna export it. You see, I downloaded it on my computer now. So now I'm gonna switch to Botsociety. I'm gonna click on Bot Says. Now I want to switch from simple text to another message type format. So I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna select Web View. Now there's two images here. I just need the first one. So I'm gonna upload this one here. And I'm gonna select in my downloads the image I just downloaded. And then I'm gonna click add. All right, so I added my web view. Let's take a look at how it looks. I can click here on the top right corner on the play button. I'll choose yes, as I didn't design the no option yet. All right. And now it's gone. So, and now I can continue the conversation, right? It should be something like, okay, great. Let's see what happened. So, you know, I can continue the interaction now. Great. So I designed my first web view, and this is how it looks. So I can then, now I can download a video export of this whole experience, just similar to what I just showed you with the play. So if you click here on download, you have then the option download video. If you click on it, you can start video download, and it's gonna be there. It will arrive on your inbox, email, as an email, and also I can check it out if I click here again and then past downloads. I can see it here. At the moment it's in progress. It takes usually around 3 minutes. Botsociety will generate a video file and a GIF so that I can share this around. All right, so this was the basics. Now I can do more advanced stuff. For example, you noticed here there's two images. Why is that? Well, I can, if I want, I can put a second click, so I can design what happens if the user interacts with the web view and then upload it as a separate image. So let me show you what I mean. Let's say that I want to show what happens when the user puts stuff there. Well, what I can do is, okay, here we go. I can go back to my file. I'm gonna duplicate this. And I'm gonna say, okay, this is what happens when the user puts his number. This becomes dark. Sorry, because not dark, but black, proper black without opacity here, because it's not a placeholder anymore. The user is clicking on it. And now this button is active. So it's something like that, maybe even with a shadow. Maybe even with a shadow. Let's say a splashy shadow like this. I like splashy shadows. If you didn't notice that. Something ugly like that. All right. So this is my second screen. How do I do this? Well, first of all, I'll download this image as well. So I'm gonna select the frame, then scroll down here to the export section, and then click on export. Then I'm gonna switch back to Botsociety. I'm gonna upload it here. And it needs to show up in my download folder, which is huge. Okay, so here we go. Now, I'm not done. The reason is that by default, Botsociety assumes that my web view is composed by one image. How do I change that? Well, I can click here on More, and you see that there is an Add Animation, and those are all the animations available for this message type, in this case, web view. So you see, if I wanted to design a tall web view or a full, I would need to switch them here. And second screen, same thing. This is the animation that also has the second interaction. So first things first, I'm gonna unselect compact. Why do I have to unselect? Reason is you can also play in Botsociety multiple animations at the same time if you want to, but this is not the case. Let me show you what I mean. If now I click on compact second screen, this actually tells Botsociety to play both animations. So if I open this again, I'm gonna see both selected, but that's not what I want. I just want compact second screen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unselect compact, and then I'm gonna click save. Okay, so now I designed a two-step web view. So let's see how this looks. And so I'm gonna select yes again here. So here's the first screen. And here's the second one. And then it closes. And the conversation continues. In the same way, you can design the other types of web view, the tall, the full, and then just switch them here in the animation panel. Let's say I want to switch to tall. I'm going to select tall, and then I'm going to go back and unselect what I add. So now it's switched to tall. As you've seen, if you get the sizes wrong, like I've done in this case, you will get the image stretched a little bit. Okay, so this was it for today. I hope that you learned how to design Facebook Messenger web views with Botsociety. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments below or in our forum. A link to our forum is in the description. If you want to check out this design file that I just showed you in this tutorial, link in the description as well. I'm Vittorio. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And until next time, keep designing.